smoothest landing ever. So, this is Jon Floorward. That's my name. Jon Floorward Show. That's my game. That's pretty clever, right? This is the Jon Floorward Show, episode whatever, and it's really, I don't know. I've just been getting a weird vibe from the Jon Floorward set over these past couple of days. It's it's like there's a presence. There's like right here is about 5 degrees colder than right here. It's creepy, and there's weird noises and electrical. There's stuff like that's been happening, and hello? There's a ghost. Ghost.
Jon Floorward.
You look familiar, Ghost.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you on the internet.
I've been on the interwebs.
Well, this is the ghost of Steve Fudge.
It's true.
Local St. John comedy sensation on Hoveland and on stand-up comedy. So, have you been haunting the Jon Floorward Show?
Yeah, I haunt everywhere ever since the bank declared me dead that time.
Why though? Well, like, what? I always wanted to know. Like, the ghosts are always haunting everywhere, but what do you get out of it? Is that how you get your jollies?
Satisfaction.
Your ghost jollies.
So much satisfaction.
Well, elaborate on it. You're on a show here.
Well, you've heard that term, all work and no play.
Yeah.
Well, when you're a ghost, it's like all play.
That's pretty good. So
it's good times.
So what you're saying is that everyone who is unsatisfied with their work should die and become a ghost.
Probably for their benefit.
We should maybe have a disclaimer on here. It's kind of, but that's the age-old thing. When you're talking about afterlives, like you don't want to encourage people to like kill themselves, because then who's gonna pay taxes? But that's the thing. You can't talk about magical, fun water slides in heaven, so you got to make it against the rules to kill yourself. And
yeah, you probably just shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you're not a fun person in real life, you're not going to be any fun in the afterlife either.
Yeah. So and fun people don't. Oh. Ghost.
That was more ghosts.
Ghost? There's
ghosts.
There's ghostly sounds happening all over the set here. So, is there some sort of a ritual that we need to do to clear up this?
No, that shit doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, there's no real such thing as ghosts. I've just been messing with you the whole time.
You are incorporeal. Wait a minute. What? What do you mean? You're not dead?
No. The experiences you've been having are all scientifically based.
But what? The cold spots?
Yeah. That's all just science.
What about all that stuff happening off camera? That's pretty crazy.
That's just all scientific as well. What you need is feng shui.
Okay.
Because that's a science.
I've heard about that. What did you go to school for that?
Well, yeah, everybody that needs to be certified in feng shui must go to school for it, for the science of feng shui. Watch how happier you get.
Okay.
When I move this lamp. Look, you're instantly happier. This is interesting.
It goes to the core of my being. The reflection's a little bit more in my glasses on the camera.
But look how happier you are. That's why I'm out of the shot, so people can focus on how happy Jon Floorward is.
Look at this. Evidence-based science here on the Jon Floorward Show.
A genuine smile came out of this guy.
I mean, like, I'm really happy that you've opened my mind.
That's what I'm here for.
To the science of feng shui, but Did you need to terrify me to my core for all that time?
It's the only way you'll learn.
You could have just been like, Jon Floorward, you should move around that lamp and you'll be happier. And I would have been like, okay.
No, you had to see for yourself.
You're right. But still, it's not a funny joke when you pretend to be a ghost and you make electrical and all that stuff.
I thought all jokes were funny.
All that stuff. Well, the only ones that I like are actually contained in this volume here.
That looks like a scientific text.
Yes, this is a textbook from the science of comedy.
It's so indexed.
It's very indexed, and it's arranged by subject and completely indexed for easy reference.
If you can't see there at home, it's covered in laughs.
So many laughs. Like these, every tab is there wasn't enough tabs in the world for every laugh. So it's like Risk when you use the horse to be like 10. Each of these tabs is 100 laughs.
That's an awful lot of laughs.
It's representative.
Think of the laughs you could have if you were tabbing all over this book.
Well, do you think there's any ghost jokes in here?
I certainly hope so.
I've been going to the back of the book index instead of the front of the book index lately to hone in on the specific
you'll just look for the letter ghost.
Yeah, so that's in the G's. Let's F, G, glass, glory, God, George, ghosts.
Ghosts. There's ghost jokes.
There's only one ghost joke.
Oh.
So there's a bit of. We didn't look at it beforehand because I didn't know that it wasn't a ghost, and I wouldn't have figured that you could turn the pages anyway. But let's check out.
Realistically, my hand should just go right through it.
Yeah, well, definitely. But we find out that that's from science. The atoms go in between all the empty. An atom's mostly empty space, so it checks out. But joke number 5051.
5051.
5051. We're in the 5245s. What was it? 5051?
5051.
Oh, we're still a couple of hundred away.
But we're close.
We're honing in.
I can feel
We're
it.
honing in.
Feel it.
We need to use some science to invent a page turner.
Sensing of presence.
5031. Oh, 50. Okay.
50,
Here we are.
5051.
5051. Are you ready for it?
No.
This is, hopefully it's not too scary, because it's ghost related.
It might frighten everybody.
Okay, well. Oh, doctor, cried a wild-eyed man. Can you give us a taste of that? Can you be a wild-eyed man? Say, oh, doctor.
Oh, doctor!
I'm dreadfully afflicted. The ghosts of my departed relatives come in and perch on the tops of fence posts all around my garden when dusk is falling. I can look out any evening and see a couple of dozen spooks sitting on the fence, waiting. What shall I do? Sharpen the tops of the posts, advised the doctor.
Ooh, that is a wise doctor.
That's
Right there.
that's pretty. You should have probably been the doctor. Do you want to reenact
Oh yeah,
it?
let's
I'll be the wild-eyed man.
Just pretend it didn't happen yet.
All right. Oh, doctor, I'm dreadfully afflicted. The ghosts of my departed relatives come and perch on the tops of fence posts all around my garden when dusk is falling. I can look out any evening and see a couple of dozen spooks sitting on the fence, waiting. What shall I do?
Sharpen the tops of the posts.
That's good advice, doctor. We're gonna poke those ghosts right in their bums. The feng shui's off again. I moved the
see,
lamp.
you were miserable for a second there.
That was a double-blind
And you
test, I
fixed
think.
For science.
That's another scientific fact that ghosts do not like to sit on sharp posts, just flat posts. Do you have any post preference? I know you're not a ghost, but...
No, I just like to do all my posting afterwards.
Okay. Do you prefer waiting on them?
Not really. I mean, I'm patient, but no, I'm more of a doer as a ghost-wise.
Well, that's good.
Like to do things.
I like to do things too, such as performing stand-up comedy for audiences all over the place.
Oh yeah, I've been actually thinking of haunting one of those shows.
Yeah. Well, we can let's see. Well, April 15th, I'm gonna be at the Whiskey in Stratford, PEI. I don't think there's room on there, and ghosts can't travel over large bodies of water or something like that. I think.
No, I have trouble with water.
I think the Confederation Bridge is notoriously been ghost proofed. Because we don't want the ghost of Anne of Green Gables coming over to New Brunswick. They want to keep it in PEI to get those tourism dollars.
Yeah.
They don't want people coming to New Brunswick to see the ghost of Anne of Green Gables, so they got to keep her there. But April 16th, we've got No Jokes Barred at the R Bar.
Oh, that's right here in St. John, New Brunswick.
That's right here. We've got Eric Payne, who's on that whiskey show.
Oh, I'm going to haunt him.
Dan McCarthy.
Oh, haunted.
Vince Hoban.
Haunting.
Troy Haynes.
Haunt.
He's already being haunted, I think.
He is, but I'm going to double up on him.
Shane Ogden.
Haunted.
Tyson Ardo.
Haunted.
And how about Steve Fudge?
Yeah, I can come haunt that room.
Okay, Steve Fudge is...
It's going to be spooky.
I thought you weren't a ghost. Get your story straight. Or are you just funning with me again?
I'm just feng shuiing.
Feng shuiing with my mind.
Feng shui.
You're rearranging my ideas into a more pleasing form. April 23rd, Jon Floorward and friends. I apologize, but I'm not friends with ghosts, so you can't be on that one.
No.
But I'll be headlining at the Delta in Fredericton. I think
I can't haunt you there anyway.
livestandupcomedy.ca, and Matt Richardson's hosting with Marty D and the Reverend Brian Giles.
All good people.
It's very exciting. And then just built-in segues, because I'm also doing another show with Brian Giles right after that on the 30th.
He'll do it.
It's the Yanucks live stand-up comedy. It's a combination of worlds are colliding. Canada comedy and American comedy, such a vastly different thing. The Calais comedy compared to the St. John, New Brunswick comedy, they're like about 2 hours apart, so it's a huge cultural shift. And so I'm doing that, and Justin Arby, local guy, and headliner Brian Gar or Brinagar, I'm not sure. What do you think?
This double Brian's.
Yeah, there's too many Brians. There's another. Oh,
Two.
Yeah, too many. Too many. That means there should be 0. I'm taking a strong anti-Brian. Not the guys, just their names. Just go by your middle names, guys. Brian's, no more.
Go by initials, and then one can be BG and the other can be BB.
Yeah, but I feel bad about those. I can. How about? Do you want to do the May 6th No Jokes Barred Leary's too?
Oh, I would absolutely love to haunt that place.
It's a great place to haunt because we've got Brittany Campbell, who's from PEI. She's probably on that first show, so we're full circle. She's hosting, and
she starts with a Bri too, but not an Ann.
Yeah,
she has
Brittany's
an Ann
the
in there.
female equivalent of Brian.
Because there's a Brian in her name if you take away the T's and the Y.
Yeah, totally. You don't even need to add any letters. But I'm there. Mark Splood, notable non-Brian, the spawn of St. John, and headliner Arif Hussein. So that's going to be another good haunt for you.
I'm going to haunt them all.
You're going to get your haunt on, and I think that's. Do you have anything? What's going on with you? Are the Hoveland guys? Is there any Hoveland coming? Or
oh yeah, we've got more Hoveland coming. We've written a bunch and we've filmed a bit, so there's some episodes coming.
And the whole are you part of the Pop Cap, or what are they called? Pop Bottle
Productions.
Yeah,
yes, we're doing commercials and a documentary.
Yeah.
We were thinking of asking you to be in it, actually.
Is it a documentary on St. John's most handsome men?
Yes.
Well, then I'm in.
Most handsomely funny.
Yeah, and so look forward to that.
Jon Floorward.
When do you think that project will see the light of day for the unwatched
that's
masses out there?
Definitely a tough call.
Okay, so in 10 years, look out for that. When are we going to see another Hoveland episode?
Also don't know that either, but
you don't know a lot of things. I was going to say a bad word.
I'm real busy haunting and stuff. I think I did drop the first S word earlier.
Oh, did you? Oh man,
you might have to.
Oh man, there goes our G rating that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put a warning on YouTube. Yeah.
Brian advisory.
And your imminent return to the stand-up comedy world.
Yeah, that's happening. It's happening. I'm working on a couple shows as well. I've got a sitcom I'm working on called Drunken Gaming Bastards. You'll see the first episode within the next month, I think.
Where on? Is there a separate? Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it'll be on the YouTubes under an umbrella called All Percent Media. But the show will be called Drunken Gaming Bastards.
All right. So anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Yeah, if I can keep plugging, I've got another show coming called Control Alt Defeat that's going to be soon, where me and friends review video games.
Well, I'm excited about that because I have played a video game before.
He did.
And the thing is, if you don't know if it's any good, then why do you play it? You want to hear Steve and friends tell you what to think before you consider it. Is that what you want to do?
So you don't have to think for yourself.
Yeah. That's I think that's the main thing. That's why you come to comedy shows, to get some good opinions so that you can bring it back to work with you.
Yeah.
And you watch the video game reviews. You don't even need to play the games.
Don't have to play, don't have to think.
Because if someone's like, "Hey, what'd you think of that game?" You'd be like, "I think what Steve thinks of that game."
Yeah, it's like going to church but with more swearing.
I didn't even have to play it like a chump. It's much more time efficient, I think.
Yeah, and you'll know all about things.
Yeah, and you come to the Jon Floorward Show for all of the best jokes, the only jokes really.
Book full of covered in laughs.
That's
pretty good.
It's really weird with the it's going backwards.
Yeah,
we didn't think that would factor in.
We're actually not sure which of us is Steve and which of us is John.
No idea.
Because we're inverted on the recorder.
Yeah. So I think that's it for another Jon Floorward Show. I'm glad that we're not haunted, and that lamp is finally meeting its full potential. So thank you for that, Steve.
Show me them teeth. There you go.
The end.
Rolling in, the tide is high. Diane's as fat can be, like Captain I. The guests seem more than pleased. How is the wine? We shall be